Greetings, beloved. Hi, it's Dr. Amanda Noelle, and I'm dropping this video for you today. 22 signs of twin flame recognition. Signs that they're definitely your twin flame. And as I sat down to do this video, like twin flame relationships, I was expecting for it to be calm and easy, and all of a sudden there is massive construction noise next door. So hang with me here as we hang into our twin flame lives at this chaotic time. Guys and Gaias, it's so incredibly helpful to have these signs written out so you can look at them and realize, oh, maybe I'm obsessing over somebody who doesn't have all the things quite in alignment yet. Here's what I can do. Here's some things I might want to do to tweak it. And it's so important to have a healthy role model, fully living from divine love and union. So it's great to have these new templates to actually calibrate with the frequency. So I'm going to put the link to the 22 Signs of Twin Flame Reunion checklist. It's free. You'll also be gifted our incredible newsletter, chock full of tips and video reminders. All right, I have some notes here. Not going to lie, I can't remember all 22 things in my head. So the first one is that you feel no pressure to make them your twin flame, but they keep on coming like a bee to a flower. There's pleasure, not pressure, that's inspiring this union. So coming from lack and neediness and cyber stalking them and coming from this place of like, it needs to work out, that is certainly a sign that there's more healing to come and that it's too soon to tell until you and that person does the inner healing work. And if one of you are doing it, then the other person's doing it too, if that's truly a twin flame relationship, since y'all are mirrors. Two is you feel no pressure from them and things just flow with ease. It's as if you're divinely match made by the universe, and any challenges that you do face get moved through with miracles and ease. It doesn't mean that it's easy. It doesn't mean that you're not walking up the hill to the summit and things get a little out of breath or even you sprain your ankle. Things do happen. The twin flame journey is not for the faint of heart. It's actually super challenging. And it's like if you were to use that metaphor and someone sprains an ankle, then miraculously you pray together and a guide comes through, a mentor, a helper, someone to carry you back down the mountain and get you back to safety. So there is a divine flow and ease, and certainly from their half, they're not pressuring you to be the one. They're not scaring you with the intense energy. That said, you might have some blocks of intimacy, fears to work on that once you heal those, then all of a sudden, miraculously, they're not pressuring you. Three, the sign that really just is, I can't say it enough, there is ease, flow, and grace when you do the work, when you tune into your heart, when you let go, let God, let love, there's ease, flow, and grace. For example, I met my twin flame and it felt like the doors parted, the heavens parted, and we were meant to be together. And it also was like, well, he's 25, this doesn't make any sense, but I felt the calling in my heart, at least to just hang out with him. And what happened is he invited me to Burning Man, a 7-day festival in the desert. And at that time, tickets were totally sold out. It was the day before he invited me. Usually people plan a year ahead, but the heavens parted and I was shown by the universe how to get the last ticket, it felt. And it was a ticket that was actually serendipitously guided to me by a friend from Italy and a friend from Bali. The same ticket, people from two different sides of the world. Well, I met them in two different sides of the world. They said, here's a ticket that I think you should have. And I looked at it and it was the same ticket. And it was delivered to me by a woman that fed me raw chocolate, my favorite food. We drove together to the desert and I met my beloved with flow and ease. Sign number 4 is that the universe will test you. And when you pass the test, you get to be match made in heaven. So when I went to Burning Man, I had a pretty great time with my beloved. We had some magical adventures. I had no expectations of marrying this guy. He was 25, I was 34. It was just, in my mind, it was just a divine for the weekend kind of thing. But at the very last day of Burning Man, I decided to do one last tour of the desert on my bicycle. And I come back to our camp, which was being packed up, and I realized that the whole camp was gone. All that was there was a bare desert. My stuff wasn't there. I didn't have my wallet, my shoes, my phone. Everybody had left the camp. Now I was supposed to go back with a friend who was at another camp, and I had to go find her. And it took several hours for me to track down where my stuff was. It had been packed up and put on a purple bus in the art car camp, which was miles down the road. I was wearing a tutu and a see-through top, and I ended up going to this woman's house who had a shotgun. Actually, I don't know if she actually had a shotgun. I remember it that way, but I don't think she actually pulled it at me. But I knew that it was kind of a sketchy house, and I was asking her, "Ma'am, do you know how to get to this art car? I need to, you know, be able to find this out." And we'd gotten wrong directions. So I get tested, and I have this cat that's batting at my tutu in this woman's house. And I asked someone, I say, "You know, the art car place is supposed to close at 7 o'clock. It's 6:30 and it's getting dark and we've taken all these wrong turns. Can we just go on the internet? I'm pretty sure that there's a listing of it online," they told me. And the woman screams at me and she's like, "How dare you tell me that you want to use my internet? You're in my house and you're bossing me around." And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need my phone, my wallet, like everything, every resource, and it's getting locked up at 7 and it might not be open for, you know, another year. And I'm supposed to move down to San Diego 2 days later, of course. So what happens? The heavens part, I go into my heart and I apologize to this woman and I say, "I'm so sorry, you are right. I'm barging into your home. I'm just a little nervous because I don't have my money and I don't have anywhere to go. Everything I own is coming through this resource right now that could be online. Can we just, you know, like forgive each other and you could just listen in?" And she did, and she apologized and said, "You know what? I have triggers with my daughter. They're coming up right now with you. You remind me of my daughter, and I'm sorry, it's my stuff. Here's the internet." And she let me look it up. The cat kept on eating my tutu. I was half naked in this woman's house wearing a see-through top and a tutu, and miraculously I ended up going to this art car storage place, find the key, the guy is there, he offers me dinner, like everything is good. We become pen pal friends, and he sends me the other half of my crazy costumes and yo-yo clothes and everything that was like most of my belongings that I needed to make my move. I got it all on time. So the test happened. After that, I said, "You know what, maybe I just need a man to help me move my stuff to San Diego." And I called Jack up and I said, "Hey, do you want to come move with me to San Diego?" And he ended up passing the test. He came and rescued me, and then he just stayed in San Diego, and he stayed and we moved in together. He kind of came back and forth, but for the first few months because he was still living in Northern California. But that was the beginning of our love story. So I faced my big fear. I kept on using divine guidance and calling in spirit and calling in the angels and trusting my heart, and my man came through the craziness of it all. So if you're being tested by the universe with some big challenge, and then all of a sudden like good things come out of it as you stand into your heart and your spirit, then it's a good sign that you have recognized your twinsy beloved. 5 is you feel honored by being in their presence. You feel a reverence, you feel respected, you feel good, and vice versa. And 6 is you feel seen on all levels, body, mind, and spirit. They see you for who you are as a soul. They see the best in you. They see the latent potential inside of you, and they accept and love your faults. Now 7 is that you have done the work. You have done a lot of inner growth and healing work, and that is how you're able to be together. And you see that in your partner. You're not going, "He is not woke," or "She is not woke, I am," because that's not a twin flame relationship just yet. At least it's too soon to tell, because when we are in a state of twin flame union, we're going to manifest that mirror. So the woman who is saying, "You know, he's not really awake yet, he's not stepping into his power," all she's doing is finger pointing at herself, saying she's not awake, she's not in her power. And so all she has to do is turn the mirror around, do that healing work on herself, and then time will tell. Either a new partner will step in, or that person that she was judging is not being woke will probably come in and surprise her. I know personally, at the beginning, I felt way more woke than my twin flame. I had a PhD in transpersonal counseling. I'd studied metaphysics for many years. I'd been on a spiritual path, and I had all this big ego about it. And he was just this young 25-year-old who had gone through an awakening just a few years prior. And I thought I had everything to teach him, and he had nothing to teach me. And I was so wrong. Once he stepped into his power, he became very powerful. He became my equal, and he has so much to teach me to this day. And whenever my ego comes out and I think I'm better than him, then do I get my own serpent's tail smacked into me, and I realize, okay, he is definitely my ego. He's definitely my equal, and my ego gets kicked down, and it's a beautiful thing because he reminds me to get back in my spirit, which is what we're all about. Now 8, there's this sense of intense magnetism, like two magnets, but there's also this lightness to it that if you want to, you can kind of turn the magnets off. It's not like an addiction. It's not love addiction. It's not, I need to be with this person to live. It's, this feels right. I'm grateful. I am so feeling the call to this. And if I want to get out of it, I'm not trapped. I'm not imprisoned. I have free will and there's a choice. And they're giving off that vibration as well. 9, there is an incredible spiritual connection. It's indescribable. It is from another world, and it feels more than just earthly friends, pen pals, roommates, sex buddies, bed buddies. It's a divine spiritual connection. Now 10, there's a material connection, meaning in the material world, the dots align. You're not going in totally different directions. You are 2 parallel train tracks. You are individual. You have your own path and purpose, but there's also a shared purpose. There's something that just builds together when you're together. You are able to manifest more. You play off of each other's gifts, and your blind spots and blocks end up being alchemized into something better than they were before you were together. Now, number 11, of course, is synchronicity. There is synchronicity. It could be 1111 showing up. Of course, sometimes that happens with false twin flames. I got dumped by my false twin flame at 1111 in the morning. It was quite painful. But it was also the stars were aligned, and that was the 11 alignment. With twin flames, the alignment is in twin flames, it's in a positive sense. You will see 11s, or you'll have synchronicities, or you'll have a strange mutual friend. Like Jack and I, when we were first dating, his best man was actually living with one of my best friends. At the time, we weren't aware that they knew each other, and we went to this house in the hills. It was beautiful. And we're like, hey, our friends both live at this house. And we realized that there's and there were so many other synchronicities that I can't even list that just will blow your mind, that will point you to the fact that something is happening that is a gift from the universe. Don't ignore those signs and synchronicities. 12 is that you mirror each other's strengths. There's a lot of strength that you have in coming together. You feel stronger around this person, and you feel like the universe opens up a new portal, that you're able to give back more in service to the planet, that you feel more free, you feel comfortable to do your service work, you feel more beautiful, all these different things. And on the flip side of it is number 13, that you actually mirror each other's wounds. And so there's sort of this polarity, this oxymoron here is you amplify each other's gifts, but you also amplify each other's wounds and pains. But that is a gift, because in the wound is the gift. When we can heal the wound, we can step more into our power. And I know that my biggest wound was around getting abandoned and heartbroken over and over again. That's why I'm so passionate about helping women of all ages around the world to heal this collective wound of the feminine. So whatever your wounds are, you're often coming together to heal the wound together individually, so that you can individually go out in the world and be of service and be an embodiment of a healed and whole person as you are whole mates together. And number 14 is that you push each other to be better. False twin flames will often push each other into dark downward spirals, and it takes many years to get out of them. And I can know by experience, I can tell you girls, oof, it was painful. 5 years it took me to get over my false twin flame. I ended up giving away a lot of my power. It took a lot of recovery. It's like coming out of a crash and being in the hospital bed for a long time. That's how it really energetically felt. Versus with your twin flame, when you have that crash, when you go through the twin flame separation phase, you're not recovering from them attacking you or them harming you. It's really they've initiated you into your power, and it might take some time for it to feel really good. But as you do the healing work, you feel not instantly, but exponentially better and better and better. So you just keep doing the inner healing work during the separation phase, and you start to feel more awesome, and then you come closer and closer and closer together. That is twin flame recognition in that gap of the twin flame separation. So it's possibly going to happen to you if you haven't had a twin flame separation, or maybe you're in it, but do the healing work, and that's going to be a way for you to tell if they are the one for you or not. And if you keep going down and down and down and you keep questioning, are they my twin flame? You're in this like dark spiral. That's probably just a sign that you're on a dark night of the soul and that this person is here to initiate you. And it's probably time to either move on, get professional support, or just focus on self-love and just realize that there needs to be more time. But if many weeks, months, or even years have gone by, I would probably recommend getting support and doing the work and calling your power back. And I always say, let go, let love, let go of the person you think is your twin flame. And if they're really the one, they will come back. And it's happened so many times to so many of my clients, and the ones that hang on and stay in the addiction phase sabotage and waste many years. So that's why I don't let my clients do that. And that's why you want to start by at least checking out the 22 signs of twin flame reunion checklist. Again, link description box below, go grab it. It is so helpful. Now, number 15 is unconditional love and understanding. And in order to have that from a partner, you need to have it for yourself, of course. So the woman that hates her body, that has eating disorders or addictions or binge eating or body image self-hatred, or who's addicted to how much money she makes at work, who doesn't feel good enough all the time, she's not going to be able to know if she has a twin flame or not. She's not going to be able to recognize if it's real or not until she's in the embodiment of the feminine Christ, the Magdalene codes, unconditional love, or Quan Shi Yin, Lakshmi, so many different names, butterfly maiden in the Native American tradition. So we want to get into that vibration of unconditional love so we can see in the twin flame mirror if we're reflecting back unconditional love. Number 16 is that there's a knowing or a gut feeling or a womb feeling if you're a woman that you belong together, and it's mutual. It's not, I know, and I feel that, and then you ask him, or you don't have the courage to ask him or her, the other person. If you're cowardly and going, I don't want to ask them, then that's a sign that you're not comfortable to get close to them and their gut feeling. So you both will want to have this gut feeling, and it's great to communicate. It's important to communicate. If you're not open to communication, then that is definitely a sign that it could not be your twin flame. So that will be sign number 17. Do you have your communication gates open? Are you talking about things? Are you adults? Are you mature? Are you acting like high schoolers or teenagers who have not yet been initiated into their fifth chakra power? If you can't speak from your fifth chakra, that it means that all of your chakras are not open. There's an imbalance there, and we want to be two beings, he and his twin flame energy, she and hers, or he, she, doesn't matter. And all of what I call the 11 twin flame chakras, the 7 chakras in the body, and then 3 transpersonal chakras above and 1 below. You want to line up so you got the 22 together, 11 11s in union. You got to be functioning on all cylinders, spinning on all chakras in your own individual power, and that rides the Kundalini up to the top. Number 18 is you have this kind of universal love, meaning it's multifaceted. They are your best friend. They're your brother, they're your sister, they're your mother, they're your father, they're your possibly business partner, either literally, or they have that energy where you can put your heads together, your hearts together, and your wombs and hara together. You are seeing them as an equal, as well as you see the skills in them. Like a parent, they might have gifts that you don't have. They're more mature in ways than you, and vice versa. You're more mature in ways that they might not have those maturity, spiritual advancements in a certain way that you do. So together, you move each other forward, and you have this multifaceted universe together that is rich and dynamic, and it just keeps growing and growing like the universe. 19 is you have a deep respect towards each other, that you never want to hurt each other. And when you do hurt from the past instincts, the reflex that, like, if you get hurt, you go, boom, hey, how dare you? I know my beloved and I, we go into our childhood wounding. It's just normal. I had a big brother who would bully me. Sometimes Jack can be an alpha male because he's stepping into his power. He's excited. He's a dad now. He's going to share his opinions. And I go into this like wounded little girl. Then we have these dynamics. Then we go, oh, wait, I don't want to hurt you. I'm sorry. We can say, I'm sorry. That's another part of it, is you're gonna hurt people. We hurt each other. We are mirrors and we have old pain. It's natural. But for the most part, we try not to hurt. We try our best to respect, to love, and to prevent the pain. And when there is the boo-boo, we go, I'm gonna give it a kiss, and we turn the pain into pleasure. That's the twin flame recognition sign. And number 20 is, even when you're apart physically, miles apart maybe, around the world, you still feel each other energetically. Maybe you telepath each other, you feel each other in the heart, and you'll be able to confirm this in the 3D. So it's not the kind of thing where a woman will be like, oh, I feel him, I feel this like, and then he's totally ignoring her and he's not interested in her. There's gotta be a healthy dose of reality in the material plane. So pay attention to the worlds above and below, but there's this feeling, this energy, this soul connection that's also mirrored in reality. And 21 is the quality of you give to each other, you give without an expect on a return. And on the other side, because there's always another side with twin flames, it's polarity. It's masculine, feminine, up, down, heaven and earth. Now, you're giving to them unconditionally as they give to you unconditionally. There's this nice infinity of giving. And at the same time, when there's not an expectation, there's also healthy boundaries. There's a listening to, is this filling me up? And while it's not like a tit for tat, you need to give me this because I gave you this, there is an overall exchange that builds and nourishes your energy as it builds and nourishes their energy as it builds and nourishes the union. That's the Trinity. And finally, my favorite sign of the twin flame recognition is home. Home. You come home to each other. You feel so home. So like, I just cuddle up on my husband's chest. My twin flame just feels like a warm bowl of milk. I'm actually lactose intolerant. So a warm bowl of vegan, raw pressed, farmer's market grown almonds, raw, delicious, a little bit of vanilla maybe. Jack is just so delicious to me. His energy is incredible. And what's really weird is he has this very fatherly masculine energy. And if he didn't have breasts, I mean, if he did have breasts, I would think he was like a woman in terms of his energy. Because he's got this like masculine energy circuit, and then he's got this feminine energy circuit. And when I close my eyes and I'm, you know, like after a long day, or if you need to come home, you want mama, you know, like you want mama, you want papa, you want both. And so I just cuddle on his chest and I'm just, everything is good. So it's great to have these new templates to actually calibrate with the frequency. So I'm going to put the link to the 22 signs of twin flame reunion checklist. It's free. You'll also be gifted our incredible newsletter chock full of tips and video reminders and offers to come to our free workshops. It's lots of fun. So click the link below and you'll get that checklist.
And we love you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.